First, a 15-year-old girl into an Islamic wedding has been found guilty of sexual offences, along with 7 other British Pakistani men. The victim was living in a children's home in Bradford and was groomed and abused when the ceremony took place in the early 2000s. Our Home Affairs correspondent Emma Glasby joins us now from Bradford Crown Court. A shocking case, Emma.
Absolutely. These horrendous crimes date back more than 2 decades. And it was 6 years ago that the victim contacted the BBC to tell us about what had happened to her as a child growing up in care in Bradford. This is a woman who is now seeing justice, but she was failed at her most vulnerable by those who should have protected her.
I was a married woman at 15. I was married to an abuser. How could a child marry? This was far more than a grooming case. This was an institutional scandal.
Anna, not her real name, was sexually abused by a number of men in Bradford from the age of 13. When she was 15, she had an Islamic wedding to a man who'd been grooming her. She was in care at the time.
I was allowed to marry a man who'd already been labelled an abuser by social services. I was on a care order. I wasn't protected at all. I lost my childhood. I lost my whole upbringing.
It was more than 20 years ago Anna married a man in Bradford called Raja Zulkarnain. He sometimes locked her in a cellar with no food. He forced her to wear Islamic dress and change her name. At Bradford Crown Court, he was jailed for 18 years for rape and indecent assault. But Court of Appeal judges increased that to 23 years. We heard in court that Anna's key social worker, a man called Anwar Mia, attended her Islamic wedding ceremony when she was 15 and living in a children's home. That's despite other social workers raising their concerns to him that she was being exploited. Now, the BBC has found Anwar Mia, but he would not appear on camera. He did tell us he has now been questioned by police about malfeasance in public office, and he said no further action is being taken. Anna contacted the BBC when she saw Basharat Khalik, one of her abusers, in a Look North report about grooming in 2019. Her care records revealed social workers had concerns back in 2003 that Asian men were attempting to assault her. 6 years on from that BBC News report, 8 men have been found guilty of sexual offences against her. Anna says giving evidence has been devastating.
When I came forward, no one told me how it was going to diminish my mental health, how it would affect my relationships with my family. It was just emotional unwellness.
We heard in court men in up to 10 cars a night were turning up at Anna's children's home, and car reg plates were passed to police weekly. We also heard the underage wedding was reported to police back then, but apparently not investigated.
It seems to me that the council have neglected her, made things worse for her, really. She was looking for someone to care for her. She just didn't have a chance.
Where do you feel that the biggest failures lie in this case?
My feeling is that the biggest failure is with the police at the time. The police must have known, or should have known, that these perpetrators were out there and should have been arresting them much, much earlier, taking them off the street.
Loads of girls were reporting stuff back then. The women that have got justice over the last 10 or 15 years are just a snippet of the girls who were abused in Bradford and Keighley. There are so many victims who've not been heard.
West Yorkshire Police says we acknowledge and accept that victims of child sexual exploitation have been failed in the past. The work undertaken over the past decade has resulted in hundreds of perpetrators now serving lengthy prison sentences. Many investigations are still underway. Anna is finally seeing justice, but she has lived with serving lengthy prison sentences. Many investigations are still underway. Anna is finally seeing justice, but she has lived with more than 20 years of trauma.
We are now able to report these convictions for the first time after the BBC successfully challenged reporting restrictions in place here at Bradford Crown Court. Now, this afternoon, Bradford Council has given us a statement saying we know that there were serious failings in the way the council and other agencies acted at that time, and we apologise for that. They say we continue to learn and develop as national and local expertise grows.
Thank you. If you've been affected by sexual abuse or violence, details of help and support is available at bbc.co.uk/action line, or you can call for free at any time to hear recorded information on 0800 077 077. Next tonight, a kinship carer from North Yorkshire says she's been